What's going on, guys, and welcome back to our Surviving Java series. I'm actually currently in the middle of around about 5 big projects, and so my recording's a little bit all over the place. I don't even know when each project's going to be done, so I don't know when each episode's going to be out. But this is actually not one of my projects. It's actually a project I'm actually helping someone else out with on the server. It's Jack's project, and what we have got is a full shulker full of iron not trapdoors, pressure plates, as well as a bunch of fire resistance potions. Because, oh no, Jack just fell out of the world. That's not good. Yeah, we are planning on making a wither skelly farm, so it means a lot of spawn proofing a fortress, and we are going to be spamming the pressure plates everywhere to obviously block spawns on the nether fortress, and then using a very simple sort of mob switch using the striders to prevent anything spawning in the soul sand valley. Now, we spent ages looking for a soul sand valley that, oh my god, I better drink this, there's so many of these guys. So yeah, we spent ages looking for a fortress that was smack bang in the middle of a soul sand valley. So as you can see, we've got tons upon tons of wither skeletons because the spawns are limited in soul sand valley as it is, because there's not many spawning options. It's like ghast, skellies, and I think magma cubes. But all of them obviously can be sort of spawn proofed reasonably well using the striders, because they sort of it's weird mechanic. Nembom actually done a video on it, and we're actually following his idea of limiting the cap of spawns within the Soul Sand Valley, as well as maximizing the efficiency of the farm. That way we won't get blown up by ghast so much. But yeah, we've got a lot of pressure plate doing, and that is the square of where the actual farm's going to be. It's going to be one of them farms that you've probably seen about 1,000 times, but it's definitely a project that I thought I'd show you, because obviously we're going to end up getting tons upon tons of, well, access to tons upon tons of wither skulls and the beacons, and I don't want it just to be a case that like we've got 50 beacons out of nowhere without you having a clue as to where. But yeah, I'm actually coming over here to help Jack sort of spawn proof this place. They actually went off to a nether, well, not the nether fortress, they died, lost an elytra in lava over here, and then they went to the end and apparently have fallen out of the world, which isn't fantastic. So yeah, I'm just going to carry on spawn proofing, and I'll bring you back once the farm's either done or in the process. I'll give you updates as to how it's going. But yeah, I just thought I'd just let you know what I've been up to, and there's numerous other little bits and pieces that I'll probably jump to while doing this, because we've worked on a project over in Spawn, which is our tavern build, as well as all of the surrounding terrain, which looks really nice actually. It's, I spent a lot of time over there doing that. I don't know why I'm killing them, because they're just going to be spawning back just as quickly. I've spent a lot of time over there, and also working on the big project in the end with Mac, which is going to be another episode, but yeah, less mentioned on that. So yeah, I thought I'd just give you a brief update as to what I've been doing. Obviously our main base is sitting on hold still. We've got the end rods ready to push forward with it. I've actually got all the glass, and I've got the concrete made and ready to actually do the external walls, but I may do that during this episode. I have no idea. My recording schedule is just all over the place regarding how big each of the projects are. But yeah, nevertheless, I'm going to crack on with sort of spawn proofing this place, and hopefully help Jack get their or a set of elytra. I've got some spares that I can give them. So yeah, guess I'll catch you back in a bit. Alright guys, so it's now actually around about 4-5 hours later. And yeah, Mac's come over now to help. He said it's food and whatnot, and Jack's been very, very busy in the centre building up a glass dome. We've been taking down the nether fortress in the centre. I spent ridiculously long sort of spawn proofing the majority of the nether fortress, which isn't nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's just more, as long as you've got the fire resistance potions, it's not overly terrible, because obviously the blazes spawn in massive amounts when so we've got to get that cornered over there, but I think that corner's being removed anyway, because this was like a triple intersection as to where we're building the farm. It took ages to actually find this fortress as well, but let's just keep on spamming these. I think that should about cover this corner. We still need to get that little section over there, and that section over there is going to be taken out anyway. I'll do a quick flyover just so you can see where we're at. Yeah, so quite a large nether fortress, but all of it has been slammed with pressure plates everywhere, so all of it's been spawn proof. We have got a blazer spawn somewhere in and about around here, so we have got a spare spot just there, and he must have dropped down into the lava. And if you can see further down, I've actually been on the go and trapping a bunch of the striders or lava skimmers, should I say? Actually no, they are striders, I call them. Oh my god, how is it I'm correcting myself to the wrong goddamn name? Like, I'm using one to actually drag the others in place. Alright, that's my one there, and I've been using him to lead the rest of them. And so far it's alright. We're getting very limited spawns for the actual biome. So not many ghast. As soon as you go over that direction and you unload all of this, tons of ghast. But we've been there for a while, and obviously we're not killing off the striders, and none of the hostile mobs kill the striders either. So the more of them that have built up, the preventative, there's like a natural preventative before we even trap them, seems to have done the sort of trick that after getting rid of so many ghast and skellies in the soul sand biome, we're not getting many of them spawn. There's the blaze. I was wondering where it was. Let's see if we can't get our bow, and how he managed to hit me from this angle is beyond me. Do one of them. There we go. Oh, what the heck? There's definitely something else shooting at me. There's definitely another blaze. Where? I have no idea. Oh, there he is. I've got fire resistance potions on me, but I really don't want to waste another one unless I absolutely have to. There we go. So I need to go over there and obviously get a slab or a pressure plate under there. And I'll probably bring you back after we've got everything sort of settled. This is sort of just the mid stages of the sort of tedious work behind this farm, which it mainly is. It's like the actual farm concept and the way it works is pretty rudimentary now. Like, a lot of people know how these things work, but the prep work that sort of goes in to spawn proof and everything is a bit of a nightmare. And the one that we need to get to is over there, so let's just do this. Yeah, I guess I'll catch you back in a bit. Alright, so we have actually got this farm fully up and running. Jack was tirelessly working away on this. This is actually now around about 5 or 6 days later. The rates on this farm is pretty good as well. It's like, it's pretty rapid. Provided there's no one else loading a nether fortress, the rates is extremely good. And you can actually utilize this as an XP farm, not to mention the amount of coal and bones you get from this farm is just insane, and that's not to mention the amount of skulls that you get as well. It's like, just the rates are insane. After having like spawn proofed everywhere and making sure that all of the spawns are actually happening where they're meant to be happening, we put in a item sorter that obviously wasn't keeping up with the amount of drops. So I ended up having to switch out the item sorter for one of the Etho Piglin bartering farm item sorters just in order to keep up. Usually you'd be able to utilize one that uses the water streams to keep up with the drops, but this one, yeah, you just had to upgrade it and beast it out a bit. So we're getting bones galore, and what I will be using the bones for is priming the super smelter whilst we're still building the other farm. So I've got ridiculous amounts of bones in here, and then I've been blockifying all of the coal as well, because not only is that a useful block for fuel, but we can also utilize it for building material. It's quite a nice black texture if you wanted to use it. Like, I've got plans of doing a dragon, and having this mixed in will be a nice little bit of a texture change that I don't really use. That with the blackstone probably wouldn't be a bad mix actually. So yeah, we've got this all sorted. Jack done an excellent job on building the actual farm, and they've actually started sort of beautifying it as well. So they're starting to half stab the underneath, while I was over here creating a more humane pen for our striders. So they're now sitting in lava and they're not shivering, although the ones on the outskirts are still shivering. And they seem to be working and doing their job, considering that on the minimap, if you look in the top right, we've got very few actual Soul Sand Valley mobs that have spawned. But like the rates on this thing is just, it's monstrous, and we've got more skulls than we know what to do with. And then as a result of that, I have actually gone ahead and I made 32 beacons. I've got 27 left. I gave a couple to some of the people on the server, as well as set up 5 beacons over in the end where them farms are, because we're still building more farms over there. So what I plan to do for the rest of this episode, now that this is sort of a helping someone else project, and it's a good project to actually have worked on, because this way I don't feel too bad about coming over here and using it, seeing so that I actually helped with it. It's one of them things, like otherwise I would have asked for permission every single time before coming here. But yeah, as an XP farm, and considering it's miles out of the way, it's unlikely that you're going to run into many other people using it when you come over here. And for repairing stuff, actually I may as well do that while I'm here, is repair my tools quickly. Yeah, see, so I could actually quicken this up. I did actually lose a set of elytra plus my bow when I was sorting out them the striders. There was like one block of lava. I panicked and I tried to get a fire resistance potion on my hotbar, and yeah, it just, I was a fraction of a second too late. Oh, that's my pickaxe. In drinking the potion, so I lost an elytra, I lost my bow, and I didn't actually have massive amounts of valuables on me. But yeah, as you can see, the drops themselves are coming in very, very quickly, but these item sorter down below is definitely keeping up with it now, because it's got the speed of 4 lots of hoppers, because you've got the droppers running at double time of each hopper chain, and then you've got 2 lines of the droppers, and you've got 6 or 8 what do you call it, hoppers that are feeding into them droppers. So everything's sort of sped up, which is fantastic. And that's 1 pickaxe done, and that's 2. Have I? Oh yeah, my shovel can actually use repairing as well. Thank you. Yeah, so what we're going to probably do is head on over to our fungi farm, where we've been getting the warped wood, because obviously we've been using a lot for it over there. And when I was over there, I was thinking that we could probably utilize it for getting the basalt as well, if we put in a basalt generator at the back. So yeah, I guess I'll meet you guys over there. Alright guys, it's now actually around about a week since I've done any recording whatsoever, and that's because the weather over here in the UK has been stupidly hot. Outside it's registering at like between 33 and 37. Inside with the computers running, it's probably the bare part around about 40 odd, and it is killing me not having the fan on, because I can't obviously have the fan on while recording. Yeah, so we're just going to try to get through this little last section. Now what I want to do is actually have a basalt generator sort of pushing from behind this wall, coming out this way, so that way the TNT that lands on here should be able to land on that, and we could just sort out a filter for the chest down below, because we've got like I think 2 or 3 just leading into the composters. It's quite easy to back another chest with another filter for basalt. If we really wanted to, we could add another generator for cobblestone as well, if we really wanted to push this sort of farm to the max. And to do it, I do believe we are going to need a little section over here. How wide do you reckon we should have it? Should be around about 7 or so, do you reckon? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, say 7. I think 7's a good number for it, just for pushing wise. And grab all of this rubbish. So the way that we're going to do this, if I remember correctly, is lava on top of soil, and then we can push it with sticky pistons with blue ice attached. So if we have, say, our sticky pistons back on that section, how much would that be? That would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so it would push it pretty far over. So that should be a decent enough distance. And what we're going to be doing is just running this off of our the what do you call it? The hopper clock that we've already got running for setting off the TNT Trooper. This is lopsided by 1 block, so I think we want it to be 1 more over this way, don't we? Just for symmetry's sake. It feels right there, okay. And then we are going to want our blue ice, and we've got salt soil. So if we got the blue ice being here, like so, and then we have our soul soil just down below here, like so. Trying to think, we are going to need some form of block like glass, but I don't think I've got glass with me. What have we got? I've got so much random stuff from different projects I've been running around to. We've got a bunch of ice. Let's see what blocks we've got down here actually. Have we got any of the blue wood? Because yes, we do. Thank you. This would actually look a lot better than randomly throwing in some other garbage. We have got a random Moso chest here though, that we could throw the rest of this garbage in. Do all of that. And then we've got that going there, and then we want some wood. We want the wood, say, to come about here, which is fine. And then we're probably going to want the lava to drop center. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 pushing should be alright, considering it's 2 blocks for the obsidian, that anywhere on there it can land. And then we're obviously going to want this. Oh, we do not want to be in here when we're putting lava down. Yeah, that would just be stupid. I did grab the lava, but I don't remember what chest I put it in. It was an orange one, I think. Yeah, there we go. Very organised, as you can probably tell. My brain is just all over the place just because of the heat. It's if you probably can't tell, I am not good at dealing with hot weather. I don't think British people in general are good at dealing with hot weather. Oh crap. Oops. Okay, so that's now sort of folding out. Is it going to stretch all the way? Yes, it is. Happy days. Yeah, I don't think British people in general are good at dealing with hot weather. It's like a lot of people have had to go home early from work just because it's too hot, because over in the UK not a lot of people have aircon running. It's just a sort of thing that we don't tend to have so much of. Obviously in big shopping places like supermarkets, they have to have it to keep food fresh and whatnot, but as a general principle, households don't tend to have it. We just have like budget fans, which is against normal, just average sort of hot weather. Oh crap, normal average hot weather, say like in the 20s, mid 20s, you could put up with it with a fan. It's not horribly horrendous, but yeah, when it gets to this sort of temperature, it's just nasty. We are going to want, I was thinking it's like we auto activate it, but we're not auto activating, we're just running it straight off of the hopper clock that's going to be doing this thing. So yeah, let me run this cable around. I've actually dug out the tunnel that leads, hello, I've actually dug out the tunnel that leads all the way round there, so yeah, let me do that. Okay, so that's that all wired up. I've just got it linked round in a very, very long redstone run going all the way round. And hopefully it works. It should just be as simple as that. Like, this shouldn't be a one-tick pulse or anything. It should be like a continuous pulse. Although we probably want to change it into a monostable, don't we? Rather than it being a continuous one pulse. And that's my phone. To apologise. Yeah, we probably want to turn this into a monostable, just to be on the safe side, and we've actually got all the bits and pieces necessary to do so. Let's just do that. And then obviously it's not going to be very fast running, because it's just going to be running off of the same system that the TNT tube is running off of. So let's just make sure that we get the right signal strength sort of coming in and whatnot. And then just so we know where this is, no, let's extend you just to make sure. That should hopefully do the trick. So rather than them being extended, it will just do the push out, and then it will have more than enough time to land before it flips back. And this is running on a sort of semi-stable clock. So let's just see how this works without hopefully blowing up. So yeah, the basalt is actually getting pushed out, but it is actually quite regular enough. A little bit worried that it's just going to start pushing the TNT off. Okay, so it's actually blowing it up before it gets to the collection, which means I may have to adjust the way that this works. Well, yeah, we are actually getting some go off into there. Am I going to have to extend the actual collection tray? Because I'm not moving the TNT juicer. That's something that's definitely not happening. So what I may have to do is actually extend this back by about, well, I could probably extend this to duration, although I then have to mess around with the water streams, and then I'll have to do the same for the other side because, you know, symmetry, and it will trigger me otherwise. But I am going to need some more crying or weeping obsidian, shall I say, or crying obsidian. I keep on forgetting the name of it. But yeah, the actual, oh my god, that was such a bad idea. The actual basalt generator itself is working. I am going to have to throw the filter in and actually do a filter behind that end section. But it's definitely working, which is all that we sort of need to ask for. And I will extend the water tray coming up here. It's not too difficult because I will just actually extend the obsidian at that level coming across with water up here, like coming down, so that way I don't actually mess with the main water tray. And that way we could, if we really wanted to, have another gen over this side. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. So I think that's going to probably do it for today, to be honest with you. I've got a lot of tidying up to do over here, and obviously grab some more weeping or crying obsidian. I keep on forgetting the name of it. I'm fairly sure it's crying obsidian. Crying, it's going to wind me up if I don't know. What are you? Crying obsidian, I was right. There we go. Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed today's episode. We got the Wither Skull farm done and dusted with Jack, which was amazing because now I've actually got like half a stack of beacons in my goodies chest here. So, well, I did have, and I've been gradually using them more and more in different places. Well, we've set up the end portal with, I think, 12 beacons just for decoration purposes, and then I've got another stack of nether stars where I sort of went over there and I just, because I wanted the bones and the coal for fuel, for priming our super smelter, that I was there for a good while and I had like 3 stacks of wither skulls. Actually, there was around about 8 stacks of wither skulls, so I thought I might as well get myself a stack of nether stars and do that while I was over there. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed today's episode, and hopefully I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye bye.